I am Dr. Soni Kumari from ABES Engineering College, Ghaziabad. Today I will be taking session on that how for loop is used with string, list, tuple and dictionary. So basically how for loops are used with sequence data type available in Python. So let's start. Now, as we have already studied the syntax of for loop and we know the sequence data type also. So if you don't have concept of sequence data type and for loop, I will suggest you please go through the sessions for loops and sequence data type that is part of unit 1. So now for loop using strings. That means how for loop is used with string. Now, like you can see that we have written this keyword. This is for loop, and this is your variable. We use right in, and this is your string. And at the end of this statement, we are putting colon. So how it will work? Now in string, we have we have indexing. This also you must have studied. What is indexing? Indexing basically it tells the position. For example, here banana. Here indexing is like it is at 0 position, A is at 1 position, N is at 2 position, A is at 3 position, N is at 4 position, again A is at 5 position. Now, what will happen here? How for loop works? As we know that for loop, it continues, it iterates until and unless sequence has any element in it, and it starts from the first value, or you can say initial value. So here you can say that the first value is 0. So at 0 we have banana. So it will check this is your iterative variable, x is your iterative variable, x is your iterative variable. Now it will check for this. So at first we have B, so it will print B. Now again it will go and check whether there is it has next element. So again we have A, so it will print A, and similarly it will keep printing on till A. Once it finds here that A, and after that it has printed A, and then next again it checks in the sequence, it finds N, again it checks in the sequence, it finds A. So it keeps on printing. Once it has reached here at this position, it finds A, and A is printed. After that, when again it come back and it check that whether the element is in the sequence or not, it finds no element. So it comes out from the loop and it stops and it terminates. So one by one each value is printed. So basically how for loop works with string, it checks that one by one whether the each and every element of the string is there, and once it found that there is no element in the string sequence, it stops and it terminates. Now we will see how for loop works with list. So list is another sequence data type. You must have studied what is the syntax of list. We write the list element in a square bracket like this. And if we are using parenthesis bracket, that means it is a tuple. So now, as we saw that strings was iterable object, they contain sequence of characters. Similarly, list is also sequence, and it have multiple elements or values inside them. And it is also that in list we have different data types, elements can be there. For example, if we are having one which is integer, we can have another as a string, and next element we can have float. So it is not necessary in list that we have same data type as a sequence elements. Now we will see how it works with list. We have seen with strings. Now we will see how it works with list. So this is the name of list, this list, and here we are having three elements. Again, we have indexing like that: 0, 1, 2. Always starts from 0. So basically indexing means that at 0 positions we have apple, at 1 positions we have banana, and at position 2 we have cherry. Now we are using for loop with list. So for keyword, this is again iterative variable in, and we are checking whether this list is empty or not. So we will see that first it will go for 0 position, it finds apples, it prints, and then again it will check for the next element, it finds banana, that is printed. After printing again, it will go for next element, it will find cherry, it will print that. And once this value is printed, it will again go back and it will find in the sequence where there is any element, it will find there is no element. So it stops there only and it terminates. So in case of list also, it checks one element one by one, and once it found that there is no element in the sequence, it terminates. Now we will see how for loop is used in dictionary. Dictionary is another data type available in Python, and dictionary has unique thing like it exists in key values pairs. The element exists in key values pair. You can see this is called key, here brand is key, and for is value. Model is key, and this is your value. So dictionary always exists in key value pair. And remember this, that key value pair, this is your like, you can say this is one element, first element, this is second element, and this is third element. So the element always exists in key values pair in case of dictionary, and it is written inside curly braces. So this is your dictionary. Now we will see that how for loop works with dictionary. Now here we have assigned this dictionary as a this value. These are the element. Now we will using for loop with this, and for x, sorry, it is not like bracket is not there. It should be like this. Yes. So for X in this dictionary, again for each keyword, X is your iterative variable. We have written in this dictionary is the name of the sequence data type. Now it will check for the element one by one as we have seen previously. First it will go for the this. So this value be printed, and it is checking for the key values. This is your key value, key, and this is your value. So it is checking for the key, so this is printed. Again it go for the next one, it will check for this, it will print this value, and next again it will go for the next key, it will check that it this here is written, here will be printed, and after that again it will go and check whether there is further key. So it will found that there is no further key in this dictionary, so it will terminate there only. So there are like several methods that how we how we can print the values of key, or how we can print the values, because here we are having two things which will be discussed later on further. Now again here we will see how for loop is used with tuple. Now we can see like here what we have done, like this tuple we have assigned elements, there are elements, and here we have used parenthesis bracket. We use parenthesis bracket for tuple. Now we are using for loop. For each keyword, X is your again iterative variable. It is again your iterative variable in, and then it will check in this tuple for the element. So first it check for 0. So this is printed, and again it go back and it check for the next one. It found banana. This is printed. Banana is printed. Again, it go back and it check in tuple. It find cherry. Cherry is printed. Again, it go back and check for the next element. It find that there is no further element, so it stops there only. So this is how for loop is being used in tuple. These are the practice exercise questions where you can use for loop with a string, for loop with tuples, for loop with list. So Python program to print all the even numbers within a given range. It will check for the range, how you are using for loop with the help of range. Second program is display number from list using for loop. So for loop with list. Python program to count the total number of digits in a number. So here you have to count the total number of digits in number. For example, if we have 5, 3, 5, 6. So basically we have how many digits? 2, 3, 4. Okay. So you have to count the digit, write a program for that. In list and tuples also in data type, we have different built-in functions which you can use. So that will be discussed in unit 3rd in the later sessions in more details. These are the references which I have referred for making my PPT. Thank you for watching my video.